All right, so your sales presentation tool. One of my favorite tools. You'll notice that this also mirrors the goal, style, level, and motivation, or why, of the program design questionnaire. Essentially, this is a follow-up to the PDQ. So this is assuming that in many cases you've already asked most of these questions, and now this is essentially a recap of those answers that the customer gave you at the beginning of the session to refresh their memory and keep it top of mind awareness. So make sure that you print out this tool. Let's follow along. If you look at the goal, obviously we have recapping the goal in their words, making sure that we clarify specifics if we haven't already. Also, time frames are really important. Clients are going to need an impending event in order to create some urgency in why they should buy from you today versus wait on it or think about it. Ding, ding, ding. So it's really important that we clarify a time frame and make sure it's a realistic time frame as well. The previous obstacles, so if clients have tried and failed and now they're giving you the objection of, hey, I'm going to try it on my own. This can be a really important thing to go back to if you've been able to identify some previous obstacles on their own, because then we can utilize that to say, hey, I know that you want to try it on your own, but I know that you also said that nutrition and cardio and these areas were some challenges for you previously, and we've kind of gone up and down, and I just don't want to see that happen again. So again, that can be a great way to utilize that question. Asking client where they feel most comfortable around your help in overcoming the past obstacles. That can be a nice little lead-in question to them kind of giving you some insight into where you might be able to help them most, and if they were going to hire you, here's what they might like to concentrate on, right? So again, make sure that we capture that question. That's an important one as well. Moving into your style, again, we should have already gotten this from our PDQ, but if you hadn't already, and maybe you asked throughout the course of the orientation or the session, then we would want to make sure that we jot that down as well. We also want to know their time commitment here. So best days and times to work out, total workouts per week. This is going to set up the price presentation conversation around frequency and your professional recommendation, but also what they're willing to commit to do ahead of time before you start talking about price. Okay, so it's really important to get that time commitment first before we go into the money commitment second. Okay, level. So again, level and ability is important. This is also talking about the level of confidence, right? So now we're going to clarify how confident on a scale of 1 to 10 do they feel on nutrition, strength, and cardio. If they're like a 4 or 5, we can absolutely utilize that to say, hey, I know that you have some concerns around taking the next step in your fitness, invest in money, whatever, but help me understand. I know that you had mentioned that you were a 4 on nutrition, and we know how critical nutrition is. Can we agree that if we were able to increase your confidence on nutrition, we're probably going to be able to help you reach your goals faster, and this time not, lose a little bit of weight and then gain it right back. Maybe historically is what we've done, right? So utilize those questions. Really important in figuring out where you can provide the most value for the member, and then kind of work from there. This is also a great opportunity to be able to help them visually with a calendar to see what their schedule looks like, as well as mapping that out for them and looking at the 3 phases, right? So sensory, motor, force, and power, and how you would walk through that together with them over the course of the next 12 weeks or 24 weeks or however long it may take to get to their goal. People are very visual. Remember, 93% of communication is nonverbal. And so by having this tool alone, walking through it with them, it's important for them to be able to connect the dots, and it'll give you a competitive advantage in them being able to process what they want to do and how they want to do it right then and there, as opposed to, well, let me think about it. Okay. Lastly, of course, we've got the why, the motivation behind the goal. This is the emotion that drives the motion, right? This is where we're going to be able to really figure out what they want to accomplish, why they want to accomplish it, and really helping them to visualize. The key word here is visualizing. So again, fast forwarding 6 months from now, they've reached the goal. How are they feeling in this moment? We want to hear words like confident or energetic or something like that, to where they have an association with that. We also want to ask questions around who else other than them will benefit, because sometimes when people think about commitment, they're only thinking about themselves, if they succeed or they fail. But they fail to realize that it impacts everyone around them, positively or negatively, in some way, shape, and form. Kids, spouse, relatives. And so by bringing that higher level sense of commitment, a lot of times that can help to drive their commitment around the purpose of accomplishing the goal and investing today. And then lastly, when we look at the commitment on a scale of 1 to 10, we want to be able to capture that for the customer and help them understand why this is so important for them. So hopefully that helps you in your success. Sales presentation tool, a great tool to utilize in being able to convert more people to say yes instead of no or think about it. Wishing you all the best in your success.